Danfo offers unparalleled, curated, and bespoke tours across Africa for travelers seeking genuine cultural experiences, enriched with magnificent sights, sounds, and flavors found on the continent. Each trip is reliably curated to ensure visitors are gifted with an immersive and authentic adventure. Whether you find yourself strolling along the charming white sand beaches of Sierra Leone, feasting on the mouth-watering delicious foods in Senegal, observing or partaking in various aspects of the Isheshi traditional system Ifa native to Yoruba land, Nigeria, with Danfo, you will rediscover a fulfilling sense of kinship to the true heart of the motherland, her communities. Our core values focus on integrity, quality, safety, and sustainability. We are uniquely committed to assisting with the advancement of African infrastructure and promoting African businesses, so both travelers and the communities they visit receive beneficial exchanges. At Danfo, we understand the importance of connectivity, and we have created a model which provides bespoke experiences based on your passions or hobbies. With us, expect a long-lasting spiritual bond between you and your destinations. Live, love, Danfo, Africa. To learn more, visit danfo.africa.
Oh, hold on. What's going on here? Hold on one second, guys. Why is my okay? There we go. I was nervous. I'm like, why is my screen so small? Peace, family. We are live. Hold on, let me get the mic together. We are live again. Dynasty Mirror Search for Uhuru. Hold on. Camera. Okay, there we go. We are live again. Dynasty Mirror Search for Uhuru. Thank you all. Thank you so much for joining. This camera still seems kind of. Hold on. There we go. Okay, we're good. We're live, y'all. We're live. Hit the like. Shout out to Juanita, everybody in the chat room. A big shout out to Juanita, everyone in the chat room. Everybody say hello to Juanita. So when we go to the Danfo.Africa site, hold on, let's go to Danfo.Africa because we have a couple of announcements, right? So when we go to the Danfo.Africa site, I got to give a special thank you to our sister Juanita for helping me put the frequently asked questions section together. So if you scroll down, well, hold on. Is it up? Is it where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it? Okay, no, it's up here. It's up here. Here we go. Here we go. So when you go to the frequently asked the fact page on the Danfo.Africa site, Sister Juanita is the one that helped put this together for me. I called Juanita one day. So Juanita, remember how you said you'll help me out if I need some help? Because you were in HR before. I think you were in HR. And you said there's anything I needed help with the site, you'll help me out. This is what we came up with. And Juanita put her foot into this. So shout out to Juanita, everybody, for helping out with the fact page. And this was back in 2022, y'all. 2022. With that being said, we got a couple trips coming up. So we're rolling to Senegal in May for the Jazz Festival. Senegal in May for the Jazz Festival. That is May 9th to the 18th. One change, though, we are flying out on Delta out of JFK. So we're not flying out of Newark anymore. We're flying out of Delta on JFK. We're flying on Delta out of JFK instead of flying out of Newark. So that's the major change. Excuse me, but the airports are near each other. They're right next to each other. They're not far. So as far as the New York City airports, you have Newark, New Jersey, even though that's considered a New York City airport for some reason. It's in a completely different state, but Newark is close to New York City. Then you got LaGuardia, then you got JFK. So they're still near each other, but we're flying out of JFK on Delta on the 9th. So that's the only change. So we're doing that. And then in August, we're going to Nigeria for Oshun. That's August 2nd to the 11th. Then in September, we're doing Zanzibar. That's September 29th to the 20th, September 20th to the 29th. And then in November, we are doing Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire. So a 2-for-1. So if you're interested in joining us, please visit Danfo.Africa. If you're interested in joining us, please visit Danfo.Africa. Let's jump into today's topic. Jesse Jackson Jr. is kind of upset, y'all. How dare you bring politics to my father's funeral? And he has a point. He has a point. Yeah, so instead of focusing on the work Jesse Jackson did, and some people might agree with his work, some people might criticize Jesse Jackson. You know, we did a show on that a couple of days ago. They decided to use Jesse Jackson's funeral as a platform to attack Trump. But they didn't bring up how Trump funded Jesse Jackson's campaign or was a huge donor to Jesse Jackson. They didn't bring that part up, though, which is interesting. So they were trashing Donald Trump. But I think, well, you had before Jesse Jackson, there was, who was the other black man that ran for president? The comedian Dick Gregory. I think Dick Gregory ran for president before Jesse Jackson. But nobody really took Dick Gregory serious. But Jesse Jackson, they took serious, and actually, I think it was it 92, I believe. He finished second in the Democratic primary, I believe. And Donald Trump played a huge role in that. Donald Trump played a huge role in the Rainbow Coalition as far as renting very, very cheap, if not giving away office space to Jesse Jackson. So it's just weird. You're at Jesse Jackson's funeral. Jesse Jackson ran for president. You brought that up. And didn't it was 94, it was 84 and 88. I thought it was 92 for some reason, but 84 and 88. Okay, that's right, because Michael Dukakis was 88 and he lost the Bush senior. That's right, you're right. But again, it's just very interesting how you guys can talk bad about Trump, which, okay, for whatever reason, whatever. But don't mention 84 and 88. I apologize. I said 88 and 92. I apologize. But don't mention the role Donald Trump played in funding and backing Jesse Jackson's election campaigns, which is interesting. But there was one question I had. Jeremiah Wright. So Jeremiah Wright was at the funeral. You know, the guy that Barack Obama ran under the bus, his pastor. And I'm wondering, did Obama acknowledge him or at least say hello to him? Or did he completely avoid him and ignore him? I mean, Barack, it's been Barack ran in 2008. Barack, has been 18 years. Like, you ain't gotta hide no more. You ain't gotta hide your relationship with Jeremiah Wright. Y'all can be friends now. Openly. It's over. Okay? Like, you became president. You had to run him over. And act like you didn't know him. Like, you ain't got to do that no more, Barack Obama. Like, you two-term president. That was 18 years ago. You can now acknowledge Jeremiah Wright without offending white folks, the white liberals. All right. Now, y'all talk about how black Republicans be tap dancing. Barack Obama, when he was questioned about his relationship with his black pastor, was tap dancing like a mother, you know what. We talked about that too. You're correct. The MLK Jr. family didn't attend the funeral as well. You ran that man under the bus, Barack Obama. Now it's okay. You can now be openly friendly with them. You ain't got nothing to worry about. In fact, let me pull this up real quick. Because that was my question. I saw Jeremiah Wright was there. He was in a wheelchair. And I wonder if Barack Obama acknowledged him. And I guess the answer is no. I mean, he had a whole press conference dedicated to Jeremiah Wright to run his pastor under the bus just because he said the chickens are coming home to roost when it comes to the United States of America. A whole press conference. Let's play this. This is Barack Obama.
To insist that we all share common hopes and common dreams, to insist that we all share common hopes and common dreams as Americans and as human beings. That's who I am. That's what I believe. That's what this campaign has been about. Yesterday, we saw a very different vision of America. I am outraged by the comments that were made and saddened over the spectacle that we saw yesterday. I have been a member of Trinity United Church of Christ since 1992. I've known Reverend Wright for almost 20 years. The person I saw yesterday was not the person that I met 20 years ago.
Oh, Lord, man. Come on, Obama. Come on, man. Come on, man. Oh, man. Come on, Obama. Oh, come on, Obama, man. Why you do this bad like this, Obama? I mean, come on, man. It's painful to listen to or watch. Hold on.
Yesterday was not the person that I met 20 years ago. His comments were not only divisive and destructive, but I believe that they end up giving comfort to those who prey on hate. And I believe that they do not portray accurately the perspective of the Black church. They certainly don't portray accurately my values and beliefs.
Oh, man. Come on. Let's continue.
And if Reverend Wright thinks that that's political posturing, as he put it, then he doesn't know me very well. And based on
No, Obama, you're doing a political posturing right now. Right now, what you're doing is a political posturing. But I get it, man. Barack Obama was in line to be the first Black president of the United States of America, and he couldn't offend anybody. So everybody around him, that might have been somewhat controversial. He had to run under the bus. I get it. Okay. All right. Okay. I get it.
his remarks yesterday, well, I may not know him as well as I thought either.
Oh, come on, man.
Now, I've already denounced the comments that had appeared in these previous sermons. As I said, I had not heard them before. And I gave him the benefit of the doubt in my speech in Philadelphia, explaining that he has done enormous good in the church. He's built a wonderful congregation. The people of Trinity are wonderful people, and what attracted me has always been their ministries reach beyond the church walls. But when he states and then amplifies such ridiculous propositions as the U.S. government somehow being involved in AIDS. When he suggests
That's been proven, Barack Obama. The U.S. government was involved in that.
That Minister Farrakhan somehow represents one of the greatest voices of the 20th and 21st century.
I don't agree with Farrakhan, but he does. And did you? Oh, and okay, here we go. Let's circle back to Minister. Let's jump forward a little bit to Minister Farrakhan. So Obama's talking about Minister Farrakhan. The pictures came out with Obama hugged up with Minister Farrakhan. You can't make this up. Just running everybody under the bus. But let's get to Jesse Jackson Jr. and what he had to say about Obama and him. Here we go. We're going to watch the full speech.
Attention for just a moment. I promise that I'm going to bring this program to a tighter close and get us out of here at a reasonable hour. Abraham Lincoln delivered the Gettysburg Address, Pastor Browning, in 3.5 minutes. Martin Luther King Jr. delivered the I Have a Dream speech in 13.5 minutes. If it can't be said between the Gettysburg Address and I Have a Dream, it ought not be said at all. For what remains of my time, and I promised Yusef that I would not be more than 7 or 8 minutes, I want to talk about my daddy. Now, when Martin Luther King Jr. died in 1968, he was an immensely unpopular figure, Brother Reynolds, Brother Sharpton, members of the Congressional Black Caucus who were present. Dr. King on April 4th, 1968, was immensely unpopular. Who he is today is not who he was on April 4th, 1968. And I'm sensing, Sister Parker, on this occasion that we are moving in the direction of a Jesse Jackson that I wouldn't, Mama, even recognize. Jesse Jackson, at the hour of his death, was not Roland Martin, a popular figure. He would have stood against the war in the Gaza. He would have been fighting for the Affordable Care Act. He would be fighting to save the Voting Rights Act of 1965 and challenging the Supreme Court to render a decision in the Calais decision that would strengthen the Congressional Black Caucus and not undermine it. If you are a member of the Congressional Black Caucus and you are still here, allow us the opportunity to recognize you. Will you please stand? Members of the CBC came from around the country, and our congressional districts are under threat at this hour. I want to try and summarize in the 5 minutes that I have left some of what I heard from everyone, starting with President Clinton. He said, with head and heart. With Head and Heart is the title of the autobiography written by the late Dr. Howard Thurman, who dedicates his life story to simple and haunting simplicity, Mr. Mayor. He dedicates the book, and I quote this, Jonathan, to the stranger in the railroad station in Daytona Beach who restored my broken dream 65 years ago. To the stranger, who was Jesse Jackson? To the political class that took up most of the time, Dad was a stranger, awaiting a return phone call, reminding the political class of the urgency of the hour. That's who my daddy was. To the economic class that Jim Reynolds talked about on Wall Street, my father had no qualifications in business or in finance to be able to talk intelligently initially about the transactions of Wall Street, but to them, he was the stranger. So this story comes together in Howard Thurman's book with my final 4 minutes in this way, Brother Turner. It says that Howard Thurman's sharecropping family had been gathering in the Deep South all of the coins of their hard work, and they had put just enough money together to send Howard Thurman to college by buying him a train ticket. And when he got to the train station, after having loaded all of the broken pieces, Pastor Dates, into his life and of his life into a trunk, the conductor of the train told him, Judge Mathis, that he could not carry the trunk on the train unless he bought another ticket. And so Howard Thurman went over in the corner of the train station and he began crying for the idea that after all that his family had been through, he would not, mama, be going to college. And as he cried through those tears, he looked up and saw a pair of brown, old, rustic boots. And then he looked up and he saw a man in overalls. And he looked up and he saw a black man. And the black man said to him, son, why are you crying, boy? And Howard Thurman said, because the broken pieces of my life I cannot take with me to college because I need a ticket. And the old man, Sister Bryant and Reverend Bryant, reached into his pocket and pulled out a little leather sack and took some coins and went and bought Howard Thurman a ticket for his luggage. And Howard Thurman says in the story that all he remembers is the man walking down the train tracks while he and the train were heading in the opposite direction. Pastor Muncie, he dedicates his book to the stranger who changed the trajectory of his life by restoring his hope.
If you're a producer who hates AI, this plugin might change your mind. This is Reimagine Co-Producer. You can take
every single person in here has a Jesse Jackson story. The time he shook your hand, the time he prayed for you, the time he held you up, the time he prayed the funeral for somebody that you know, the time he was at the hospital for you, the time, Roland, when you lost your job and he prayed you to a new course of existence. Everybody has, Sister Waters, their own Jesse Jackson story. Why? Because according to Dr. Walter Fluker, the infinite Howard Thurman scholar, he says to Howard Thurman, the stranger, watch this, preachers, the stranger was God. Two minutes. The stranger was God because he redeemed and restored the hope of Howard Thurman, a man whose name he did not know, and he sent him to college. At the moment that he needed hope, hope showed up in the form of a stranger. It's impossible, Roland Burris, for one man to know all of the people that Jesse Jackson has touched. Everybody here doesn't have the number. He don't need it no more. 773-251-6353. But just about everybody in here had the number 773-251-6353. It's a flip phone. It's analog. He didn't believe in iPhones and Samsung. He believed in a flip phone. Because whenever we needed Isaiah the stranger, that's what I heard you say, when the stranger showed up in the locker room, when the stranger showed up in them projects, when the stranger showed up, the stranger came in the form and in the embodiment of Jesse Jackson. Because he is the one, Reverend Sharpton, who we came into contact with, who restored our hope and changed the trajectory of our lives. No, I'm going to go on ahead tomorrow morning at push. 930 East 50th Street, part 2 of this will be there, because I got enough sense to know that I've already talked too long. I want you to think about the stranger, Reverend Dyson, in your life. It's going to be a nameless, faceless person who enters your life and restores your hope. And so when Jesse Jackson said, I don't care what the political class says, they're only interested in high propensity voters. My father looked at the undecided, Father Flager, and he recognized that they lacked somebodyness. And he told them to keep hope alive. But that's not enough. Keeping hope alive is the answer to suicidality. Not only for individuals who might want to kill themselves, but for a nation on the brink of self-destruction. Keep hope alive. For a man or a woman getting ready to hang themselves who's given up on hope, Bishop Ellis, Reverend Jackson says they need hope, not dope. Kevin Adele, he took the ministry from Sunday morning and he delivered it to the people. I am somebodyness is what Jesse Jackson's known for. Not the 84 and 88 campaign and just voter registration. Jesse Jackson's greatest contribution is not political. It is psychological.
There we go. Bam.
Negro, you are better off today than you were when you met this Negro.
Hold on, guys. We got to watch this part. Hold on.
Yesterday,
here we go.
I listened for several hours of 3 United States presidents who do not know Jesse Jackson.
Hold on, look at Al Sharpton in the back. Look at Al Sharpton. Look at Al Sharpton. Hold on. Look at Al Sharpton's face. Like, ooh, he like, damn, he just started some shit. Hold on, let's go to the beginning.
Yesterday, I listened for several hours of 3 United States presidents who do not know Jesse Jackson. he maintained a tense relationship with the political order, not because the presidents were white or black, but the demands of our message, the demands of speaking for the least of these, those who were disinherited, the damned, the dispossessed, the disrespected, demanded not Democratic or Republican solutions, but demanded a consistent, prophetic voice that at no point in time ever sold us out as a people. And it speaks volumes about who the Reverend Jesse Jackson was. Our message has already been delivered today. I can see it all over my mother's face. Rise, Jesse, rise. Give Jonathan Jackson another great round of applause for delivering our family message to the world. Let's hear it for the congressman. There'll be no different message that leaves this service than the one that Jonathan Jackson has blessed us with. I want to thank my sister Ashley, and on behalf of all of our siblings, there is something about the blood of service that Jesse Jackson has given to all of us. Ashley is an extraordinary individual, a very, very talented young lady, and I am so grateful, we're all so grateful to call her our sister. I listened yesterday for several hours of 3 United States presidents who do not know Jesse Jackson.
Guys, links in the chat room. Links in the chat room. Links in the chat room. If you want to call in.
He maintained a tense relationship.
Again, link is in the chat room. If you guys want to call in and add to the conversation, please call in and add to the conversation. Again, link is in the chat room. If you want to call in and add to the convo. All right, Greg. Well, guys, links. Again, links in the chat room. Call in, add to the conversation. If you disagree with what Jesse said, then let it be heard. Hey, I don't agree with what Jesse said. Jesse Jackson Jr. said, and in the chat room we have Elvis, who's bringing up Jesse's criminal record. Does that subtract? Does that minimize what he's saying? Does that diminish what he's saying right now? Did he say anything that was wrong, Elvis? Did he say anything that was wrong, Elvis? That's my question to you. But links in the chat room. Links in the chat room. If you want to call in, click on a link. If not, we'll close out. Yeah, they go Al Sharpton in the background. Yeah, it's a full house. Yeah, well, guys, links in the chat room. We'll wait a minute. If you want to call in, call in. If not, we'll just keep it pushing.
With the political order, not because the presidents were white or black, but the demands of our message, The demands of speaking for the least of these, those who were disinherited, the damned, the dispossessed, the disrespected.
Kale's Rain, go ahead.
Good evening. Guys, hear me? Is my volume good?
Hear you loud and clear.
For Jesse Jackson's and the funeral, they said a few figureheads did not show up. Is there really a serious reason for this? Is it because they don't like Jesse, or there's something more deeper that they don't?
Who are the figureheads?
I think was it Trump or was it? I'm trying to remember who it was. There's a few of them. It's not in my head. I should have wrote down the names. Well, they said throughout the funeral, a few did not show up. Okay. But there was more talk about they were trying to crash the funeral in regards to their views. Come just now watching this again briefly. I didn't watch all of it. I just so that's why I was kind of asking you.
Okay, all right. Anything else you want to add?
No. Continue playing.
Okay. Well, yeah, Michelle Obama wasn't there, but she does her own thing.
Oh no, she does her thing. I expect her.
Yeah, she does her own thing. Barack, she wears the pants in the family. So, it's obvious at this point. So,
demanded not Democratic or Republican solutions, but demanded a consistent, prophetic voice that at no point in time ever sold us out as a people. And it speaks volumes about who the Reverend Jesse Jackson was. Our message has already been delivered today. I can see it all over my mother's face. Rise, Jesse, rise. Give Jonathan Jackson another great round of applause for delivering our family message to the world. Let's hear it for the congressman.
Scribe is how you stop explaining the same thing over and over at work. Watch this. It'll change your life.
There'll be no different message that leaves this service than the one that Jonathan Jackson has blessed us with. I want to thank my sister Ashley, and on behalf of all of our siblings, there is something about the blood of service that Jesse Jackson has given to all of us. Ashley is an extraordinary individual, a very, very talented young lady, and I am so grateful. We're all so grateful to call her our sister. Thank you, Ashley. A gift to us from our Father. To my sister Santita, whose talents are so extraordinary that I've always wondered why they're so contained. We're so grateful for her scholarship, her input, her thinking, her being our oldest. She doesn't like oldest, she likes eldest sibling. We want to thank Santita in a very special way for her leadership. Give Santita a great round of applause. Let's hear it for Santita. And if we can listen once again to 4 presidents yesterday, 3 of whom happened to be U.S. presidents who did not know my father, we can certainly listen to Jacqueline Jackson. We can listen to Jacqueline Jackson, who cared for my father. Give her the round of applause that she deserves. And last but not least, for 64 years before we heard of progressive nuclear palsy or Parkinson's disease, My father at North Carolina A&T said that he was standing at the cafeteria when he saw a young, fresh woman walking across the campus. And mommy, at least as the story was conveyed to me, he said something to the effect that you're gonna be my wife one day. Mama said to him, you're gonna have to work hard to make that the case, my brother. For 64 years, with a particular emphasis since Reverend's diagnosis of initially Parkinson's disease, but a further diagnosis that revealed pseudonuclear palsy. Whether the weather was rain or whether the weather was cold, whether things were going well or things were not going well, the mountaintops that marriages reach as well as the valley that...
Go ahead, Big Bobo.
Yeah, I'm just tuning in. I don't know if y'all was wrapping up, but far as from what I know, Jesse Jackson Jr. feeling played because when they went up there and tried to make it into a campaign event, tried to make this man's funeral into a campaign event after Jesse Jackson Jr. specifically asked them not to do that. If that's what he feel played about, he got every right to feel played. The Democratic Party is going out, y'all. It's going out.
You think so, Bobo? You think the Democratic Party is really going out?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's not going to go away completely, but what I'm saying is, like, right now, the state of it. Look at it. Yeah, listen. They supposed to been there to celebrate this man's life. They taking this as an opportunity to do a campaign to start talking about politics. No, this is about Jesse's life. And I can't stand this new group of Black Americans. They got disrespect for Jesse Jackson. I don't know. I'm a millennial. I was born in the 80s. We ain't never disrespect Jesse Jackson or felt like Jesse Jackson was a bad guy. I believe that his ideology was off, but I believe that his heart was in the right place, though. You know what I mean? And he always been a freedom fighter. So this new group of Black people they disgusting to be trying to shit on Jesse. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he got every right to feel like that, though. He got every right to feel played because they went up there and they did exactly what he asked them not to do, and they went up there and did it anyway. That goddamn Obama, he disgusting, man. He disgusting,
dude. Let's keep real. Volvo, man, dude. I don't understand how this man is just idolized the way he is, Obama.
But
I don't understand it either.
But let's keep real. What does the Democrat really have to offer at this point? Because they're trying to make some great push right now, because they're not really winning in any areas right now. So it takes opportunity. This is all they got right now, if that's the play they're trying to do. Because no one really respect the Democrat Party at this point, and for them to really push in the political office right now to shift more of them on certain branches, even including the presidency in the next 2-3 years, possibly, they need whatever they can get. So it makes sense why they would do this move during Jesse's funeral.
But it hurts them more if the family ain't happy with it. That hurts you more.
But let's be honest. The family that's still Democrat, which they fought, you think they care at this point that what they views of it's going to hurt or benefit? This is the party. The party is trying to survive by any means necessary. It was
that'll turn Jesse Jackson Jr. off. As we already know. Well, that'll turn him off. He might come out and campaign for a Republican now, or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like to do something outrageous like that. Like, bro, I don't know, man. I don't know. But you go to my father's funeral and you doing some shit I told you not to do, man. It might be like we might have to mess the funeral up. It'll be one of them events.
It's not. You got to get your feelings out of sight. This is survival at the point. And when we talk about survival, people do.
No. But this is the man's funeral, man. You only get one.
You get. It don't matter. It don't matter. It could.
It don't matter.
It does. Man, you got to get your feelings out of it. That's feelings. You got to move out of there and look at the bigger picture. The party's dying, and they need every leverage possible. At much times, I agree with you, but when we talk about survival here and trying to keep things relevant, They gonna say, F your feelings, I gotta do this. Get mine.
But what did they do?
And what you see right now?
Nothing. Nothing came of it. All you did was piss the guy off.
Like I said, if the son wants to go find no party, you could do that. Right now,
Man, listen, they on their way out. I don't know. It's gonna have to be overhauled for them to survive. I've been saying it. I've been saying it up here for years. Come on this panel. If Trump do something specific for black people, they're gonna be gone for about the next 16, 20 years. They might not never recover from that. If he come out and with his whole chest and say something to black people, and then give something specific to black people that's tangible and long term, they can forget about it. What happened with them is they didn't expect the delineation movement. That's one thing. And then another thing is they made their move. Now they forced to make their move early because they weren't expecting Biden to have to get out of there that fast. They was expecting another 4 more years, leave that border open, give all these immigrant policies, and then get a voting base with the immigrants. Then they was gonna dump off black people. Now they got to kind of rush their plan, and now it's backfiring because they was expecting Biden to get 8 years, and we gonna dump all these immigrants in this country, and we gonna make them our voter base. We gonna give them all these fucking food cards and credit cards and all this. Make sure they got everything they need. They gonna vote us in, and we don't need the black vote no more.
But you forgot. Even Clark Anderson talked about this, about the numbers and where we fall. That was already written in stone in the last almost 10, 15 years. So the people that's already in here, that they start to flood more, the immigrants were already here. It is the way for the right opportunity, which most politicians look at the numbers right now and say, we're just going to focus on them, and we're already going to bury what I call the Negroes. And that's what they have done. And they have something buried them because most black people today, either they still follow politics or still go to local elections. They already know the numbers where we stand. And they said it's already a rap race. So they said now they're going to push more into it. Even Biden said when he got office, you guys got to go look to the Latino people for something now.
Yep.
They already wrote you off decades ago. You get me?
No.
Hold on, let me finish. Now they tell you personally, you go out. We wrote you off. We didn't have to tell you right now, but we tell you right now you've been written off, and you're not seeing the signs. You get me?
Yeah, but no, we did see the signs. He was saying that because he thought he was about to get 8 years.
No,
so,
it's here.
It ain't here. It ain't here.
I'll tell you what. If you have to wait until someone has to spill it to tell you directly on live air, it's already been official.
I didn't understand what you said.
You're not following me.
I didn't hear what you said.
Listen, you must say, listen to me good. If they tell you directly on live air or wherever we got this information, they already wrote black off decades in advance. They'll do things just in price. They do things 10.
Well, I mean, if that's how you feel, then that's how you feel. Ain't nothing it ain't gonna be it. I ain't gonna be to change your mind. They ain't rid of us off yet. They were going to. The plan was to get 8 years. Hold on, brother, real fast. Go ahead. You let me know when it's my turn.
Go ahead, fish.
Yeah.
We don't waste too much time because we gotta be honest words. But go fish. You gotta say.
I am being honest. The plan was to let these people over here, give them everything they need, let them over here for 8 years, and give them everything they need, and then that was gonna be their new voting base. We was gonna basically vote ourselves out of political power. That's what we was gonna do. We was gonna vote.
If I can interject, I was saying that what you just said, you articulated perfectly. Because I was saying the same thing this morning, that black folks voted themselves out.
Yeah, but that's the black Democrat. That's what we trying to snatch the microphone back from them. We trying to snatch the power back from the black Democrats. They gone. They ain't got no new plan.
But they were here from the start.
No, I'm talking about the black Democrats. Listen,
the
black
black
people been voting.
They've been writing off black people because, man, to get in this game, you have to make a decision. Either you work with us and you have to write your people off, or you don't participate in this politics game. Period.
I don't know what you're talking about, brother. I don't know.
Yeah, well, Cal. It seems like you're muffled, like your windows are down. If you're driving, like it's
Can we good? No, because I have the thing on the
Damn, bro, your speaker style is kind of weird.
yeah. Just talk directly into the phone, cause if you're on
No,
Bluetooth
it's not,
or if you're on,
phone. I'm on my microphone right now. Can you hear me good now?
yeah, get off your microphone. The microphone is just
No. I'm on the mic. It's like I have some that's playing echo because I have.
okay. That sounds better. Go ahead.
Yeah, that sounds great. Stay right there.
I will say this: to play the political game, no matter what side you're Democrat, Republican, as a black person, you have to play the game. If you don't play the game, you're not gonna get in. That's how this thing unfortunately works. So for all black politicians that say they're gonna do something or something, they know they're not gonna do much or nothing. And the ones that really try to do something, we see happen, we know what happens to them, unfortunately. So we look at now that if they write off black people, they already have made that decision decades in advance. The people that's either here already or they keep flooding, the only thing they do now is just don't conflict numbers to the either growing or small population of black people here in America, and give us the illusion that we're doing some or we're participating, which we should still be participating local in local areas anyway when politics happen. But you know, that's another story. But overall, they already know the numbers and see numbers where we at and what they already have intended to do years down the line, to the point now where the Democrat Party, as it stands or falls, or wherever we want to call it, they're just trying to make themselves more relevant for future elections. So it's not a one-way thing with the Republicans. And you know that most people that still think the Democrats are going to do some or they're still relevant, a lot of people have written them off because they don't do much, nothing. So them doing this with Jesse Jackson's funeral, it's not surprising to me anymore, because you had to do anything possible to make yourself still relevant for future political moves. And they can't do it now because they need to get either black people's attention or whoever it is that's still trying to rock the Democrat side. That's how
let me tell you this. This was the Democrats' plan. Trump is bad. White people are bad. Yeah. White people are racist. Yep. Yeah. We're with the black. We're a rainbow coalition. Yep. Come on, vote blue, no matter who, because the Democrats are bad. White people are bad. Trump is bad. And we're bringing over these people of color. They're going to be your allies. But we're basically bringing over our replacement. That's what they wanted. They wanted the thing that happened is they wasn't expecting this delineation movement and for black people to start waking up, and they wasn't expecting Biden to get Alzheimer's or whatever the hell was wrong with him. They just wanted Biden there as a body, just to be there so they can get these immigration laws passed and get these immigrants over here, as many as possible. When you leave the door open and you got an open door policy, America under Biden had an open door policy to where people were flying to America with book bags. And that's it. You just come in and we're going to just give you everything you need. And then we had to cater to these people to where they couldn't even drive. They was just, and within 3 weeks, they was getting cars. People that's 35 years old and never driven a car in their life, come from some third world country. In 3 weeks, they got a car crashing all over the place. It was bad under Biden. Everybody's memory is short. That was terrible. They just come over here and get everything they need, got a fresh job for you, fresh money, apartments, money for an apartment. So we were voting in we were bringing in our replacement, thinking that, yeah, okay, Trump is bad, the white folks are bad. They were here to replace us. They was just expecting Biden to get 4 more years. That's what fucked it up. If we was in Biden's 5th year right now, it'd be another extra 5 million people in here. And none of them wouldn't been deported. All these mass deportations you seeing and all that, none of that would have been going on. They would have been our replacement.
So what did Clark Anderson said about us decades ago, 10, 20 years, and he wrote books about it. What he said about the direction where black people need to go before this even happened. Do y'all remember?
Yeah, he said a lot of shit about black people.
He did say a lot. He said that if you're not careful, you're going to eventually be replaced anyway. And that was something he said from my memory, almost 30 years ago, when he started making his rounds throughout the internet. We knew about Dr. Klein's and the books or things that we're supposed to do as Black people. And now what we see now, this is almost 30 years in the making. And now we've seen that this man is now replacing whereas we've already, we intentionally, unfortunately, were replaced already by the people that run society.
Replaced by who though? What do you mean? When you say replaced, what do you mean?
If you have no use for the Negro, what do you do with them? So what they're gonna do now, what has always been done, because they don't want to pay us, they want to either do things.
What are they gonna do, bro? Come on, get to it. Let's hear what they're gonna do.
You're gonna be bleached out, genetically wiped out by absorption, or you
not about to happen.
Or you pack your things so you go somewhere else.
Nah, you saying anything, bro.
That is the direction they take. They want to take America, move forward. And some of our scholars told us about this. They warned us about this. You get me? And now we seeing the effects now for the last 6 years? They said
we're not going anywhere.
They're telling us that they import additional 5 or somewhat million more people over here that's mostly not Black anyway. So it tells you that all thing America does is they import more people to mix the numbers of who's here in this country. And we're seeing it right there and then. The only problem is now with this is they're paying them. And a lot of people blow whistle on that. But
they're not paying them anymore. They're not paying them anymore. That's why
that's why they're not paying anymore. But the whole intention is to do this while people pay attention. We just now catch wind of this for the last 2 years when he was in office?
No, that's you've been catching. We've been
I'm saying Jim, because people talk about this. And not me. I knew about this. They've been importing people for years and years. And no one didn't say nothing. Even to the point where then we look at where we are politically to really question the moves. And now we see that this certain president or whoever is importing people and give them a census that they blow a whistle on, we have to think critically. They've been doing this. The only thing now is they're coming on telling people this because they tell you where we're going. And you're going to accept it or not. You get me? So with this president that's come in that say he's pushing back, which look like he is doing that, it makes me think overall. So really the end game is to not only tell people what they're doing, but to continue doing it to the point now that people don't really step up and do something to really say and step and say, we don't want no more of this. And we demand you stop this. You get me? Count how much we're demanding what any new administration doing to really cut back on this and really do what's necessary for the people in America and generally. We're sitting back and hoping that someone will come here and do right.
Brother, I'm be real with you. I can't follow what you're saying. I'm gonna be real. I don't follow what you're saying. You kind of
yeah. Cal, you're kind of just like in the weeds.
Your speaking style is kind of weird too.
I can't follow you either, Cal. I'm trying.
Yeah, that's fine. That's up to you. All right, that's fine.
Yeah, you kind of got like a rambling speaking style, brother. I'm just being real with you. At the end of the day, they wanted to bring all of these foreigners over here to replace us. That's it. They were going to have you basically train your replacement. That's it. They were going to take our culture. They were going to take our stories. They were going to take our political seats, all of that. And we were going to sit right next. Well, the Black Democrats were going to sit right next to them and watch themselves be phased out. There's no reason why Jasmine Crockett lost. Jasmine Crockett lost because, hold on, brother, real fast, brother. You did enough rambling real fast. The reason why Jasmine Crockett lost is because she didn't have the Latino support. And this is a lady that's been on national news. Her name is known all over. She's been campaigning on behalf of these immigrants, and she still lost because they don't fuck with Black people.
But
and that's what the Black Democrats don't get. These people don't fuck with Black people. So you campaigning and fighting for these immigrants, they gonna use you to fight. You gonna be a shield, and you gonna take all the hits. And then when they get done with you, they gonna throw you out the way, and they gonna take your seat. And that's what Jasmine Crockett just went through. And that's what Eric Adams went through. Eric Adams, the mayor of New York, remember him? He was a Black American mayor, had an earring in his ear, had nice suits and all this type of shit, talk slick and all this a flashy, Black mayor, got the pizzazz and the swag of a Black man. He did he followed the rules of the Democrats until it crashed out his administration.
Someone said
then at the end of
as hell in the chat room.
Someone
What?
said Eric Adams was corrupt as hell in that chat room.
Man, he wasn't corrupt, man. He played the game. Huh? You said what?
I said they're all corrupt. I mean, come on.
Yeah, yeah, they all corrupt, but Eric Adams played the Democrat game.
They don't care about the corruption until they, I guess, partner with
align
align with the Republicans or finally get caught. Then that's what they care. That's when they care. Look at what Brandon Johnson's doing in Chicago. Look at Willis here in Atlanta. I mean, come on. They don't care about the corruption.
They play that Democrat game and they get used up and then they get kicked to the wayside. This shit, we see this shit all the time. I don't know what's wrong with the black Democrats at this point. I don't know, but hey, long as they ain't leading us no more, I'm fine with it. Yeah, throw them away, shit.
Vovo, when Eric Adams started challenging Biden on his immigration policy, then all of a sudden that's when he became corrupt.
Exactly. Oh my God, man. I was talking about this earlier on TikTok. The black Democrats hate Eric Adams.
The minute he called out Biden and started challenging Biden on his immigration policy, then he was corrupt.
And look at what he said though. All he said is that, man, we can't keep taking in these immigrants. It's a strain on the resources of my city I'm responsible for. Oh, Eric Adams is bad. No, so he bad. He bad. These people dumb as hell. I mean, like that. He's for one, his duty is to New York City. He's got to take care of his constituents. He can't take in people from all over the world. Unbelievable how they did him. He got the raw deal. He got a raw deal, but he did it to himself because he was playing a Democrat game.
But Big Vovo, you talk about Jasmine Crockett. I think you did a show on this already.
Just call me Vovo, please. The Big Vovo is kind of wild. I know it says Big Vovo, but yeah,
it says on that's what I asked.
Yeah, I appreciate that though.
But really, I think Diane's covered this. But wasn't the thing what Jasmine said about these immigrants picking and doing the things that black people don't want to do for less than a fraction of the money? Wasn't that those comments alone made the Latinos start get in their feelings to not even give her the vote? Will not have something to do with it?
Yeah.
So really, she shot herself in the foot.
But she didn't mean no harm by that.
Yeah, but you have to be careful because a lot of people are sensitive. If you're gonna be a politician, you gotta be mindful of the words of people that's trying to vote you in.
But my thing is this though, right? They can see where her heart was at. They know that she was fighting for them. They don't care she's black. I don't like black people really don't be getting that shit. I don't know what that shit is. Listen, they can see she's actually fighting for them, going to bat, putting her career, her life on the line for them. They don't care. There's no reason. She would have been the best guy. Man, that shit about to turn red again. Watching was that in November, man, shit gonna be red as hell. Man, that guy ain't gonna whoever beat her, huh?
So you think the Republicans gonna keep the Senate in the House?
I don't know, man. I don't know with this war and all that type of shit. I hope so, but I don't know. Because if they did, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I hope so. I like the way the country going, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't call that. It'll be interesting. Let me say that. But
you know, one person wrote that out of the many that's eligible in Texas, that she should have been talking about the reparations. Which, you know, most politicians nowadays, they don't mention reparations. Now I think about it, they keep that quiet because if they say that, nobody's gonna vote them in. White folks or whatever, they're talking reparations out here, trying to be in.
Yeah, I mean, you ain't necessarily gotta be talking about reparations. You ain't gotta use that term.
I know why black people still keep saying that. They can't use reparation when they're running for office, especially for black folks. They're not. No one's gonna vote you in for that shit.
I mean,
you know we're doing reparations, but you can't say that in front of people that wants to put you in office. Because they're gonna say, "You want to give people handouts? Hell no. We don't want to give black people crap. I vote you in." That's the mindset of a lot of non-black people over here.
You can't be stumping for your enemy. That's where she went wrong at. She's stumping for an enemy. You turn them motherfuckers off. For one, you turn it off black people. And for two, the Latinos ain't never gonna like you. It don't matter what you do. Exactly. If you can go door to door giving every Latino a puppy and $1 million. they still not gonna like you because you're black. And then the black Democrats really getting their wake up call, but all of them need to get out of here. They need to start writing books or whatever their degree is in. They need to go get a job doing that shit. They want to get. They need to get out of there. They still think that black people are chasing symbolisms. We ain't on no symbolism shit.
That's true. That's the only problem I have. The symbolist piece is done with. They can't keep
going
by.
I don't give a fuck who in there. I don't care if you white, a Martian, elephant, whoever you got. As long as he get the job done, that's all I care about. We need to start making moves, and we need to nurture our infrastructure here. That's what I want to see from black people, and that's what I'm about to start working on. The people that I'm linked up with, we need to nurture our infrastructure here. We got 101 HBCUs. Last count, I think 102 or something like that. 100. Oh, we got about 100.
Let's hope that's still run by black folks. We're hoping that, but
don't matter. Those are institutions. We can get them back. If they ain't ran by them, we need to get them back. We need to be pushing our babies into those. We need to make those better. Shit like that. We got the infrastructure. We got the neighborhoods. It's time to start. In my city, I got a black mayor. He took that American Rescue Plan money from Biden. He tearing down all this old shit around here and all that, and he built new houses, and there's black people moving in those houses. He putting up apartment buildings and shit like that.
Affordable housing.
Yeah, affordable house. No, affordable housing, and you can buy the house from the city. You can buy the house from the city or from Habitat for Humanity or one of the other programs that we got here. That's what you supposed to do.
That's a good move. That's a good move.
That's a good move. He rebuilding the city, and it ain't just the white neighborhoods. The black neighborhoods getting rebuilt, and it ain't being gentrified. Well, it's a lot of Latinos coming around.
Which city?
I'm in Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh, excellent. Okay, that's good.
That's what we need. People like that. He even got on the Democrats' ass, and he a Democrat. He said that when he got in office, he said, "Don't be expecting no defunding the police bullshit around here, because that's stupid. That's got to be the stupidest thing I ever heard." He on camera saying that. Jeremy,
I never understand why black people want that, and there's too much going out in these streets that we can't regulate ourselves, much less have the police no longer watching what's going on, regardless of
because they following with the Democrat, whatever we got vote blue no matter who. We got white blood. They act like Bloods and Crips. They basically cripping. They will vote blue no matter who. They don't care. They don't care how dumb it is, how they screw themselves out of position, and none of that. They just want to vote blue. That's it. And that's gonna hurt us. And we can't allow that, y'all. We can't allow that for the people that's on this type of time. We can't allow them to do that to us, man. They already did enough damage, bringing all these foreigners and all this shit over here. But yeah, Donis, I appreciate you letting me speak. I'm gonna go ahead and get some sleep, man. I gotta go to work in the morning.
No problem, brother. We'll go ahead and what I'll do, I'll put the link in the chat room. If anybody wants to call in, we'll wait another minute. If not, we'll go ahead and close out.
All right.
Appreciate it.
No one else. You're not.
All right. See y'all later.
Yeah. Are you gonna play the rest of it? How long is this funeral that you played so far?
No, I'm not gonna play the rest of it.
Okay.
The most important part I already played, but but what we'll do, we'll go ahead and close out. Everyone,
I don't think people really want to talk about this. I'm not sure if they don't like Jesse Jackson. I had no problem with Jesse Jackson throughout what he's been doing or wherever his decline is. He came and gone. As what black we gotta do moving forward is going to decide our fate here in the West, especially in America. So Jesse's not here to save y'all. So I don't know why people said what he used to did or didn't do enough. They ain't gonna say black folks. All right, thank you.
Everyone, thanks so much for joining. Like, share, subscribe. Until next time, family. Down is In Search for Uhuru. Peace.